Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Man at YouTube with another model video. Today, reviewing and testing KOYO ORIENT Japan Co. Musou Black water-based acrylic paint. Viral marketed as the darkest or blackest black in the world, with other labels or brands including Vantablack and Black 3.0. It was popularized through some light scientific tests on YouTube and painting an entire Porsche car. Unique for a hobby art product, yet very expensive at $50 per 100ml. With a thorough shake, it is of a very thick viscosity which can stretch out quite a bit. No obvious solvent odors, and according to the instructions, work very much like polyurethane acrylics, with detailed instructions on thinning ratios and use. First test, brush painting. Brushes on easily enough straight out of the pot, though it does streak a bit. It can flatten out by watering down on a wet palette. Reacts very well with water. Decent adhesion onto plastic for a water-based. Decent and very easy to use. Completely water soluble and cleans up brushes easy enough and wipes off without any fuss. Any solvent will clean up dried paint. Airbrushing is also not too hard. You could thin with standard tap water, but I went for distilled with a few drops of artist tension breaker added in. With the pigment density, the selling point of this product, you can open it up quite a bit with flexibility. 50-50 is a good start, but I went for 2 parts water, 1 part paint, and stirred thoroughly until I got a viscosity that could stick and run down the wall in a transparent manner. I've poured it in a clean 0.5mm airbrush at a low PSI. A reminder that polyurethanes and water-based do not mix well with solvents and needs to be thoroughly cleaned out, flushed with water. I like to use window cleaner as a chemical strip. Flow was a bit spluttery, could have thinned it even further on bare plastic, but it did soak well in paper and got quite a bit of control and density, spraying lines and gradients. Cleaning and flushing out was with tap water or distilled water and was very easy to do and instantly solvable. Dried paint can be stripped out with window cleaner. Yes, it is black, but I would describe it as a slightly rough texture, though completely matte. Studying the 2 spoons, even though one has some paint streaks, the lack of light reflecting makes them both look incredibly flat and smooth, which is more so of a visual illusion. I was skeptical of the marketed claims and shall do some comparisons with other high quality paints and what I have on hand. One of the best quality matte blacks you can get is Mr. Color, with the bulk Mr. Surfacer, a lacquer based paint, also thinned 2 to 3 part thinner to paint. Very smooth, easy applying, great adhesion. Arguably one of the best to atomize and control for finer detail and lines, shading and gradients. Fast drying and durable, but it does have noticeable light reflection and a sheen. Considering the nature that Musou Black is a very high density pigmented paint, I purchased some black oxide pigment and attempted to mix my own using a clear plastic primer. Would also work with a base paint or clear paint. Packed in as much pigment as I could, maybe a little too much, and thinned it to the right viscosity. Little flow issues, but a lot like the Musou Black, it came out at a texture very thick with a matted finish, but it was just cheap imitation. Still a noticeable slight sheen, which made the texture very noticeable. Closer inspection, not as smooth. Going back to the Musou Black test spoon, testing how it reacts to finishes, the top half was sprayed with matte clear and the bottom half gloss. Neither reacted very well. The matte frosted over and developed white spots, which I expected. Strangely, the gloss remained matte with the texture. A few spots did appear. I noticed this while putting a final coat on a diorama with the black trim for a vignette. I want to thank Mr. Warhammer Melbourne for lending me this paint to test and create this video. It's an interesting and good tool to add to your collection of finishes and products. However, in visual design and finish planning for your project, it can easily be misused and difficult in strategically applying for your project. Not great for highly detailed surfaces, and my friend wants to paint Warhammer with it. Other notes: can wear out, get scuffed and marked very easily. It's also very slow drying and very slow to cure. Does not like clear coats or finishes, but it is a fairly high quality and very easy to use. In conclusion, as per advertised, it is very, very black, very, very dark, very, very matte, and it does not reflect light. Highly recommended, but otherwise I'm not a fan and have no intent to use it in the future, more as an artistic decision. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay tuned for further content and we'll catch you guys later. See ya.